So have you ever wondered if stories could help your sales process? A big question. Kia ora, ko Monique Bradley, tōku ingoa, he kai kōrero aho. I'm Monique Bradley. I'm a storyteller.
And I'm Pete Ward. I'm a digital storyteller.
It's always been a big question with our clients. Can telling more stories help in your sales process? It's a good question, right?
Very good question.
So Pete and I, over the years, we've worked in digital for a long time as digital storytellers, and I would help with creating content for social. And we always like to unpack, because we're not marketers. We always have liked to unpack marketing, right? Do you remember that weekend that we pulled to pieces all those marketing messages?
I don't remember the specific weekend, but I do remember doing it.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
It is really cool. We're about looking for patterns. We started looking for patterns, and we realised that we found patterns.
Yeah, we both did. And we found that particular marketing messages that were really successful followed the same pattern over and over again. And us both being storytellers decided, I wonder if that aligns with the storytelling arc. And it turns out it does.
And it does.
Yeah, so we've taught this philosophy very successfully to, hundreds and hundreds of people over the last few years. So to give you an example, I tested it. So we broke down this theory,
Are we going to tell them what it's called?
Oh, you go for it.
Yeah, it's called the 5 eyes.
The 5 eyes.
We decided that they all had to match up to a letter I, and there had to be 5 of them so that we could understand them and use our little hand
to remind you. And in fact, we teach this in our workshops as well. So if you come to a workshop, you'll learn this methodology. So I decided to test it. So we created it, we unpacked everything, and I decided to test it at the food show. I was the MC at the time. So I went into the food show, and there was one of the MasterChef judges, Simon Galt. He was up on the stage. It was the Whirlpool Theatre, and he was demonstrating this amazing microwave oven. And it retailed for about $800, I believe, at the time. And I remembered what Pete and I had deciphered. We've, followed this story arc with these key points and see what happens. So I started doing it, and I noticed that every 30 seconds, people would get up and leave the theatre, and I thought, oh gosh, I hope I haven't offended anybody. And I would do it again, and people would get up and leave the theatre. And I was literally telling a story, and I was following these 5 key points, and then somebody would get up and leave the theatre. And it just happened for the whole weekend. In fact, the whole 4 days of Auckland Food Show. And it got to the point where one of the bosses from Whirlpool came up to me and said, Monique, what are you doing? And I thought, oh gosh, I hope I haven't offended them. And they said, we don't know what you're doing, but every 30 seconds you're selling an $800 microwave. And in fact, you even upsold a $3,000 kitchen package. I had no idea, but it was literally through the stories. And what happened, Pete?
They were so happy they actually gave us a microwave oven to take home.
Yeah, an $800 microwave.
We still use it.
And it's fantastic.
All of the time.
Yeah. So the moral of this story is, if you're thinking of telling stories in your media and your marketing, follow your gut. It is one of the most effective ways to share stories, to share content, to get your message across in a not pushy, silly kind of way. And that's really what we specialize in when we work with, particularly when we work with brands and businesses.
Absolutely. And what it does is it means that people can get to know the real you, and they can decide if they want to connect with you or not, because they resonate with your story.
Totally agree. So if you want to learn more about those techniques, and you want to learn the story arc, and you want to learn tips and techniques on delivery, get in touch. There's a link below this video. So reach out, connect with us, come and join one of our workshops, and you too can learn the magic. Engari, ko Monique Bradley tōku ingoa, he kai kōrero aho.
And Pete Ward.
See you next time.